So it is Sunday, the 14th of January. Just gone 7:30. So today we are going to go through a typical Sunday in the lead up to Hyrox Glasgow, which I think is about, well, would have been 7 weeks away yesterday. So today we have got a long for me, maybe not long for some of you, steady state run. Probably looking at like 10 to 12k. I think we're going to try and take off. Going to do it with my friend Fraser, which would be quite nice. I feel like that really helps with the conversational pace. But anyway, right now we're going to get stuck into a little bit of programming just to finish up the last final touches for the Jack program, which is going live tomorrow, which is very exciting. And then we'll go run, and then I'm going to tidy the flat because we've got some viewings coming around. I'll take you on for the ride.
And if you're new here, I'm Blair. I'm an online coach that specialises in helping people build lean athletic bodies so they can do the stuff they want to do without second guessing themselves. All right, so we are just gonna put on an extra thermal layer because it is currently 0 degrees outside here in the borough. Thermal layer activated. So, all right, we are ready to roll. So now what I'm going to do is I will probably just be doing a bit of a, bit of a warm up. Well, not really a warm up really, but at least just activating some of the muscles that I want to be using. Why is this being annoying? Follow me, stick with me here. So I'll be going through just activating some of the muscles I'm going to use. For me, to be honest, it's mainly calves that I need to make sure I'm warmed up, and just a general stretching in the hips. I'll maybe blast myself with the Theragun. Blast myself with the Theragun for just a couple of minutes on each leg just to get things fired up. But because it's a nice, slow, steady run, to be honest, it's maybe not great. Sometimes I'll be a bit lazy with warming up, and I'll just, do the Theragun, quick activation of the calves, just like 2 sets of 10 each leg. And then I'm pretty much good to go because we're not trying to break any PBs, and I know that as I run, I will warm up a suitable amount anyway. So that's the plan. I'll let you have a look and then we'll run. Right, so it turns out that I have not left myself with much time at all. So actually, probably not going to warm up. But anyway, the intention was there, guys. And I would recommend that if you're doing this yourself, that you do have at least a 5 minutes worth of just general mobility for running, right? And for me, probably for you as well, that is ankles, knees, hips, just kind of getting them moving a little bit. So you've got your calf raises, you've got your, fuck's sake. Calf raises. I like doing the greatest stretch each side, just kind of even just doing a deep squat hold as well, just to kind of like open up my hips a little bit. Literally just sitting here, pushing outside of my arms against the inside of my knees. Just gonna help get that warmed up. But this is literally gonna be me for today, guys. Another one I like doing, actually, this position here, pushing my knee over my toe, get a bit of a stretch in the ankle and the calf. I'm literally supposed to meet Doig in 60 seconds. Sorry, Doig. It's going to take me at least 2-3 minutes to run to when we're supposed to meet him. Good guy. Anyway, I'll have to do. Right, I'm going to change to my phone to film just a little bits of the run. So I'll see you there. Sorry for the washing. Let's go. Right. We are definitely late on meeting Doig, but here we go. As I said, no warm-up completed, but I will be running a nice slow steady pace anyway, so we'll just get warm as we run, right? We're gonna go for, hopefully, so there's a few on the floor there, lovely, hopefully about between 10 and 12k, a nice steady pace. It's good just to chat, you know. I quite like doing it with a mate because it literally forces you to keep it low or high zone 2, low zone 3, just because you're chatting away. So if you're trying to chat while you're running, you have to run slow. Anyway, see you in a bit. We are almost 7k in. One wrong turn. One wrong turn, but we're making it. So nice, steady, 6:15 per k pace, but could be the longest run yet. So we'll see how we go. Anyway. Done. Longest run ever completed. Not bad, we'll take it. Good jog with Fraser. Now home, I need to have a shower, eat something, which I'll show you. Don't know what it's going to be yet, to be fair. Probably eggs on toast, let's face it. And then tidy the flat for these viewings. And I do have, I think, 3 programs left to do. So we'll crack on with that throughout this morning. And then, yeah, I'll just probably touch base with you later on in the day. I am going to do and talk a little bit about specifically these steady state runs, why I'm doing them in the build up to Hyrox, why they're beneficial, and if you're doing Hyrox, why you should do them. And even if you're not doing Hyrox, but you just fancy being good at running, why you should do these slower, longer runs. So not ideal post-run nutrition with chocolate rice cakes and chocolate protein powder, but pushed for time at the moment. So just want to have something quick before, well, so I have time to tidy the flat before the viewings, and then I will have probably my eggs on toast post viewings later on in the day. So yeah, not perfect, but we're getting some carbohydrates in post run because I've actually not eaten anything today yet anyway. So getting some carbohydrates in just to replenish the glycogen stored a little bit, give me a bit of energy, and then obviously some protein in there as well, just for recovery ahead of a big week of training on the first week of the Jack program. So I'm gonna eat this now, and then literally start tidying up all of the washing and just tidying it flat totally. I reckon the Tesco milk chocolate rice cakes are better than the little chocolate ones. I think it's a dark chocolate. Much more of a milk chocolate kind of guy. All right, one viewing completed for the day. Just having myself a little protein yogurt because again, I think I've got another viewing about 15 minutes time, so don't want to start cooking and then get the flat smelling like food and make a mess. So gonna pause for now on the food. Pause on the food. Having this protein yogurt just to see me through, and then afterwards I'll be cooking my eggs for sure. I'm actually very looking forward to them, even though I have them every day. And yeah, I will probably use this time to finish writing a few more programs. But this is a typical Sunday for me now. Like, you know, not hungover being a key element there. I feel like I'm just so over boozing to that extent. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy having a few beers. We went out for dinner last night. I had, I think, a grand total of maybe 3 beers, and I love it. I just enjoy having a couple drinks. I enjoy the little buzz you get, but I really don't enjoy like taking it much farther than that. I think, you know, really my max now would maybe be like 5 or 6, like would be like, and I'm cutting it off there because I just know that it's not worth it the next day. But even 5 or 6 is probably quite rare. So like, you know, Friday night I had 2 beers, yesterday 3 beers, and yeah, like, I wake up, I feel fine. I don't really feel, you know, no hangover present, and, you know, was able to go out for a run today, and I just feel like I just way prefer waking up on a weekend not hungover. Not that, like, I mean, I've been like this for quite a while now, but, you know, there was definitely a point where, especially like waking up on a Sunday, would just be like, ugh, like not good. So yeah, I mean, this is a very typical Sunday for me. Like, I could lie and pretend that I try not to do work on a Sunday, but I actually, like, I don't really mind doing like a little bit of work every day. Like, obviously Monday to Friday, I'm pretty full on. Like, I'll work a lot, and I love it. Saturday,
Saturdays are if I'm going to take like a full day of not working, it's usually a Saturday. But then again, sometimes I'll wake up in the morning on Saturday. I might film something because I enjoy filming something. I might do a few programs. I've got a few programs to do, or it'll kind of fluctuate. Like today, I'm doing all the programs that I was supposed to catch up on for tomorrow, just because Anna's away in Glasgow for her sister's birthday. So yeah, like that's why today I'm getting all the programs done. I don't know, it's quite nice. It's like you just feel like the day goes a little bit slower and everything's a bit more chilled. So yeah, that's me for today. I will show you my food when I have it, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about the significance of doing longer, slower runs coming up. Probably when I'm finished my eggs.
Alright guys, so full disclosure, I forgot to film my eggs. But I've just had them. We had 3 slices of tiger bread, which is the best bread that I think you can buy. Close, maybe a tied first between like a nice white sourdough and a white tiger bread, but they're the best in my opinion. Anyway, eggs done. 3 slices of toast, 4 eggs. Normally it's like 5 or 6, but we only had 4 left, so we made do. And yeah, I wanted to finally take this opportunity to explain to you guys a little bit more about why doing longer, slower runs are important, especially if your goal is based around, well, anything to do with running, whether that's a Hyrox that you're going to try and do, or a half marathon, or even a marathon, right? Obviously. So, but I think almost like even more applicable, well, like not even more applicable, but I think if you're training for a marathon, you're already running enough, and you should hopefully have some form of plan that you're implementing anyway. I think for something like a Hyrox though, the automatic thing people will think they need to do is just start doing Hyrox and start doing literally from start to finish doing that in the gym, or maybe a slightly shorter version. Which, don't get me wrong, there is definitely a time and a place for Hyrox simulation sessions, but it's not how you should train for Hyrox, right? And I don't really want to solely focus on Hyrox here. I just want to say that an important part of training for a Hyrox, in my opinion anyway, is to add in these slow, steady state runs, probably at least once per week, right? Now, what we're trying to do with these slow, steady state runs is build up your aerobic base, right? So your aerobic base is kind of like your one of your lowest tiers of energy systems that your body uses. So right now at complete rest, heart rate is, what's it saying? 52. My body is, not really having to work very hard. It's in zone 1 of our classic heart rate zones, right? Not really doing too much. If I was to start running, and the run that I did this morning, that was probably high zone 2, low zone 3, right? So zone 1 is rest, zone 5 is like max heart rate, completely gassed and goosed type stuff, right? So we're kind of looking for high zone 2, low zone 3 is what we're aiming for in these kind of cardio sessions. And that is literally just to get your body used to working at that rate and letting it become more efficient at working at that rate. And I want you to think of it like a pyramid, right? So if we think of the pyramid from the top and across the bottom, we're building that base, right? If we have a narrow base, then we're going to be limited as to how high our pyramid can actually be built. And the reason why I want to be able to have a high pyramid is because that is like the red line stuff, the fast stuff that we don't earn the right to go faster, and you will crash and burn a lot faster if you have a small base. So the bigger the base we build, the bigger and the higher we can get the top of that pyramid. So that is the main reason why I want to be doing these slow, steady state runs. Now it's tempting, it's very, very tempting to, as you go out for these runs, maybe you're feeling pretty good on a certain day, you think, you know what, maybe I'll pick up the pace a little bit. I think especially when you're running on your own, it's easier to try and run a bit faster, because if you're anything like me, I'm just constantly fucking checking my distance and thinking, God, it's only been 400 meters, like, since I last checked, or it's only been 2 minutes since I last checked. It feels like it's been 5 minutes or whatever it is, right? So when you're running by yourself, it's challenging, but really force yourself to slow down. This is why I would highly recommend like some form of smartwatch, Garmin, Apple Watch, whatever it is, that measures your heart rate. And if you can, even like a literal heart rate monitor that goes around your chest. It didn't wear it today, but I just forgot, to be honest. Normally I would wear it, and that hooks up here. So I can kind of keep an eye on what my heart rate's doing and purposely, slow down if I need to, or if my heart rate's getting too high. Because I really want to build that base of
aerobic activity. Now, I would say I have a pretty good base of aerobic activity already, and you can of course build this aerobic base through other forms of activity, right? It doesn't have to be running. The reason why I'm doing it through running now is because of Hyrox, and because later on this year I do want to try and do I do want to do a half marathon. So I'm just also getting my body more accustomed to working for that length of time. Like today was like an hour and a half or so run. And I think genuinely probably the longest run I have ever done, 14k, and about an hour, just over an hour and a half, I think. So I'm just getting my body used to constantly working at that rate, but also not just my cardiovascular system, my muscles, my joints, my ankles, my hips, my knees. For me today, I felt my hamstrings were, particularly the last kilometer, I was like, damn, like I feel my hamstrings getting fatigued, which is not something that I've really felt before on a run, but purely because that, as I say, it's the longest run I've ever done. So it's important that we do these long runs and very gradually build them up over time. So whether you're focusing on time and you're saying, right, today I'm going to run for 40 minutes, and then the next week I'm going to run for 45, then 50, then 55. That's a good way to increase your runs week on week. Or you could do by distance, right? So let's say you go out and you run 5k, then the next week you run 5.5k, then 6k. It's along something like that, right? It's important that you build up the tolerance in that way, and you don't just go from no running to trying to do like 2 or 3 10Ks a week, because you've not earned the right from a cardiovascular system at that point to be able to do that, and you will probably not be working in the correct zone. You'll be working at a rate that's probably too high, unless you already have a very good level of fitness, but then you still shouldn't do it if you haven't earned the right from a running perspective, which is why, like me and Fraser were running today, we actually said at the end, you know what, cardio-wise, I feel fine. I feel like I could keep going for another hour and a half, but body-wise, no, definitely not. And it's important for that reason that we, gradually increase the distance and gradually increase the time, so that you're not going to get injured, you're not going to have any niggles, and as I say, you're just earning the right to improve as you go, rather than trying to do it in one massive steps, because that's when you will get injured. Something will happen, and there's a mistake I see a lot of people make, so don't make that mistake. But anyway, there you go. That is why it's important, even if you're not even training for an event, right? Forget Hyrox, forget half marathons, anything. Even if you're not training for an event, if you're just trying to get fitter, like, it's important. And I think that we make it a common known thing that you don't have to fucking destroy yourself all the time, right? Don't get me wrong, I love putting myself in the hole from time to time, right? Sprint to the assault bike, sandbags, assault bike sprints. That's a potent combo. I'm here for it, right? There's a time and a place for it. Absolutely there is. But that's not the thing that's going to get you fitter over a longer period of time. So it's important that we have these activities where we're working at a lower rate for a longer period of time. Anyway, that's all for me for this spiel. Hopefully that makes sense and it's delivered to you guys some value. If anyone's interested in learning a little bit more about this stuff, please pop a comment below, and I can maybe put some free workouts or something somewhere, even uploaded. I'll even upload a link in the comments or something, if you're kind of interested in knowing how you can maybe progress through this. Just give me a shout. But yeah, that's all for me for now. So eggs done. I've had 2 viewings so far. There was one who was supposed to come who showed up, one who was supposed to come that didn't show up, one random showed up, which is good. Got 10 more minutes until the opening viewing is done, and then I will probably go to a food shop. I don't know if I'll take you guys to a food shop. Maybe I will. Anyway, that's me for now. See you in the next clip.
Alright, so on the way to the pub. Unplanned. Saw my sisters were there on Instagram, so I messaged them saying where was my invite. And anyway, so we're gonna go for one casual one at Hector's in Stocky B, and just literally had finished up programming for the day anyway, so it was perfect timing. Go have one and then probably go to a food shop afterwards, to be honest, or I don't know, might put that off till tomorrow. We'll see. We have got stuff to get through tomorrow, so it's not vital to be done today, although I do generally recommend getting that kind of thing done on the weekend, so at least you're going into the week ready to go. But I also back myself to be able to make good decisions tomorrow, and I think that goes, it's like another point I can make. I'll probably do a whole fucking video on that, on getting to the point where you can just crack on with this without needing to set everything up perfectly. But anyway, so I'm gonna go there just now, and yeah, I'll try and get a wee clip when I'm there, and then if I do go food shopping, I'll take you with me. Yes, gang, so we are in the car away to do the food shop. I'm gonna take you with me. I'll see how we go. Gonna go little for the majority of it, I think. Still a little guy. I mean, I'm not a little guy, but I'm a little guy, and terrible. And then we go Sainsbury's, get the rest. Sainsbury's have very good like selection of extra meat stuff, like turkey meatballs, turkey mince, just things that I feel like you don't actually get at many other places. But anyway, so we're gonna go little to get all the basic stuff, because I feel like it's just as good as anywhere else, and then Sainsbury's to get a few extra bits. But anyway, I'm gonna try and take you inside. We'll see what happens. Right, full disclosure, shat the bed. I brought the camera into Lidl, but it was just so busy and I didn't want to be walking around with this little DJI Osmo thing. So anyway, one day I will get there and I won't give a fuck at all, and I will walk around filming with the DJI, but today is not that day. Anyway, Lidl done, gonna go to Sainsbury's, and then might have to go pick up Anna from the station. We'll see what time it is, and yeah, I'll show you my dinner, and that'll probably be the video. But yeah, see you soon, troops. See you soon, troops. See you soon, troops.
All right, so as I said, I didn't have the bottle to bring the camera into Lidl or Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's. Didn't have the bottle to bring the camera into Lidl or Sainsbury's. But anyway, this is what we got. Quick pan, if it's going to cooperate. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice. And then back to me.
Bossy.
Alright, so we've got a lot of protein yogurts. To be fair, these are protein yogurts for both myself and Anna, my lovely camera assistant. So I've got protein puddings and I've got protein yogurts here. We've got our veggies, so basically dinner veggies. We're going to go a mix of green beans and broccoli each night. We're going to have the chicken thighs for dinner as the main protein source. And we've got potatoes. We've already got more potatoes in the fridge already, so that's why we've only got the one packet. So that's basically our dinner. Really, really simple. But I don't know why I decided to start with dinner, so I'll go to breakfast from here. Breakfast-wise, I'm just have my absolute classic tiger bread with eggs, nice and easy. And my pre-workout that I normally been having recently, I'll have my rice cakes with bananas, honey we already had in the cupboard, and I just remembered, I forgot to get salt. Fuck, but we'll get some more salt at some point. Then for lunch, I'm gonna have turkey meatballs. Probably have 6 of those. We've got pasta and couscous and a bunch of random stuff in the cupboard already, so that's all fine. And then I've got some Mediterranean vegetables that I'll mix in with that, so super simple, super easy. And I feel like that's it. We've got protein powder already. Pre-bed snack, I'll probably have one of the protein puddings. I'll probably have a yogurt at some point throughout the day. So pretty simple. I'll have a packet of these at some point throughout most days, probably the chocolate ones. So yeah, really, really simple, really straightforward. That is like a very, very typical week of eating for myself. So yeah, that is today. But anyway, I'm probably just going to wrap up the video here, because the rest of the evening now will pretty much just be putting this away, having dinner, and then maybe watching some Office before I go to bed. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with someone, share it with a friend that you think will benefit from it, someone who needs to do those longer steady state runs, or someone who just needs some inspiration for some food shopping. So anyway, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one.
We've got one more bonus clip, so I forgot to show you my dinner tonight, and I feel like a hypocrite if I didn't show you. One big pizza.